So, talking about HGSP, transitional forms, one of the things that's interesting about the art style that I do is the consistency of brush motion times the range that I do the brush motion creates. It's like if you control entry variables to be minimized, you can experience a tunable result, right? It's like a radio tuner works really good with things on the same frequency, but not so good with things that don't work like radios, right? So by making small adjustments, especially in getting a strike pattern, like transitional forms is you've nearly drawn one thing, you add to it and everything else at once, and the result across all things is itself a statement of activity. Yeah. So I've done HGSP for a while. I don't think I've ever said quite importantly enough what that is, but yeah, transitional forms are a big deal. Um, what is near to everything else? In what way and how? How does one thing change from one thing to another, and what also changes with it all at once? That's a transitional form. That's super important. What I do is that is like a type of universal telegraph that will apply to other sorts of things that you can come up with. I have claimed before that not only is my technique a portal to free energy, free AI, but also objects and energy from nowhere. That to truly grab by the reins the thing running the universe and to make it do what you want, right? So that's part of what I do. So it's about like I actually learned this from a very powerful magic person who taught me how to see fire. He taught me how to hear fire's essence. And fire's essence is absolutely crazy sounding. It's not like what you think of with uh, the normal crackle and burn. It's like, right? And when that happened, I saw a movie in the flames. The embers were clearly pictures. And so, like someone who can always see pictures in clouds will understand this. Um, I've said that if you see HGSP properly, you'll see it everywhere. So, some people say it's schizophrenia. I do think you need to be able to hallucinate to see it, but what is a hallucination but seeing mind stuff and matter? And if you're seeing mind stuff and matter, if the mind is a product of the body, then you're mad. But if the mind is the thing that we're in, like a divine mind, then to see it is to have a grounding with actual communication with the source. So, yeah. The transitional forms are interesting because to get close to drawing what you want, but not quite, and to see what it is instead can say a lot. And the groundedness is, again, the range and the uh, similarity of strike. The motion is so similar the whole time, and the range is grounded upon many different features and faults. It is a fault drawing. I draw with the noise of the page. A lot of the details are like the instrument checks what is possible, and then what is possible determines a lot of what I choose to do. Um, yeah, but the consistency, the fact that it's like spread over many things, creates sort of a grounded sample. And I fell in love with it, and I changed my life over it when I realized, one, it could see me, it knew when I was doing it. Two is it would change together. Three is it's not an AI trick. It's on the page. I can do it to my eye. It's I could mail it. Um, the people who go, it's just a crayon or just scribbling, are sad fools. They are. It's like I wrote Donald Trump about holographic money. They could have done holographic money. They had all the resources about what it was and how it worked. They didn't, and they went with tariffs. So we know that someone who controls them is probably asking for that. Um, it's like ignoring holographic money. Ignoring holographic money and going for tariffs is exactly like ignoring speed painting and going for a slow line by line, one drawing over many hours style, which I don't support. I think that's the wrong way to do it. Um, Improvisation on page noise is more interesting. It's my style. I had asked the creator what my purpose was, and he sent me that. Everyone on my block could do this very skill in like the week after I asked. All these houses I didn't know about were all people that could do this. So it was a pretty clear, like, straight, I don't use the G word because it hurts kids, but it was straight from the source answer was that. So yeah, there's a lot of publications or like I had an out of body experience and I found God. Let me tell you what, that's propaganda because I had an OBE and there was no God denied being God. He goes, I asked about Jesus. He goes, it comes out of printer. I asked you the King of Kings. He goes, no. It didn't look like a man. It was like a lightning ball slash this magnetic plushy emptiness, right? So I don't believe that the animals all eat each other and you have the freedom to do what you want. I don't believe it's that and the creator's testing to see if you really do the right way. I think the intelligent response to religion is to know that it's man-made and that men fish and hunt and lie. So, yeah. I don't believe the creator made this place to run with obedience checks. I think it's the opposite. They made it to see what could truly happen in a real infinity, like a self-exploration. It won't say what to do. And so a lot of like personal choice matters. Personal choice matters a lot for what actually happens. So yeah. Yep. Transitional forms. Um, it's a grounded investigation of the similarity of things.